What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Drone Wheels, and today is a follow-up episode, part 2 of my car collection. Just wanted to show you guys some of the cars that I've been working on and collecting over the last couple of years, more than a couple of years actually, over the last few years. So I'll start off with this one right here. Let me adjust the camera so you guys can see it. Actually, let's go in a little bit closer. You gotta excuse the bushes right here. I just cut these down from the house right there, but this one right here is actually one that does not belong to me. It belongs to my wife. So let me give you the story on this real quick. I used to want a Ford Raptor about 6 or 7 years ago, and we had created a business. Business started doing well, but I couldn't quite afford a Ford Raptor, the truck that I really wanted. So I got a FX3, which I'll try to throw up in the screen right here. So I got an FX3, which I didn't know, or FX2. Yeah. So I got a Ford FX2, which I didn't know was only a 2-wheel drive truck. It kept getting stuck in the mud and it kept getting caught in different places. So I decided to trade that in. Fast forward a few years, my wife started all of a sudden, just out of the blue, liking Ford Raptors. Now, I don't know why she started liking Ford Raptors, and I told her that I wanted a Ford Raptor years before she got this one right here. So fast forward again, once again, I got the FX2, decided that I didn't want it anymore. I traded it in and actually ended up buying my wife the Ford Raptor. So that's how she got the Raptor. Now, let me tell you this. Let me show you how she only paid $6,600 for this truck right here behind me. And I know you're like, dude, stop. All right, come on with the games, man. Stop talking the BS or whatever. You can't get a Ford Raptor for $6,600. The way you do that is through taxes. You do it through your taxes. So she was able to write off. We picked the truck up for $66,000, and she was able to write off, or we were able to write off $60,000 on our taxes because of buying this truck in its weight class, which I think the truck weighs about 7,200 pounds. So it's over a 6-ton truck. And because of that, you get to write it off on your taxes. That's for a whole nother video. But we were able to write off $60,000 on a $66,000 truck. Hence, we're only paying $6,000 for the truck. Now, and I'm sorry, yeah, $6,000 for the truck. Now, granted, we do have to pay the $66,000, okay? But it came off of what we were able to write off in our taxes for what we made in income. So that's how that works. So as a result, once again, yes, we're paying a monthly note of about $950 on this truck right now. I'll do another video if you want to leave that. If you want to see that, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you want to see the actual breakdown of the price of this Ford Raptor. It's a 2018 Ford F-150 Raptor. And again, let me show you what my wife did to it. I'll throw the pictures up so you can see what we did to it. But just to show you from the collection, this is my, now I do get to drive it anytime I want to drive it, but I got to ask permission. That's how it goes in relationships. When she wants to drive my whip, which she never does, she don't really got to ask me, but I definitely got to ask every time I want to drive her car. So this is a Ford Raptor. Once again, picked the truck up for $66,000, wrote off $60,000 of it. So we're only paying essentially $6,000 for this truck. Again, I'll do another video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you want that video. Let's move over to this one right here. Now this whip right here, let's bring it a little forward. This whip right here is mine. I don't want to show too much what's going on this side, so I'm gonna stand here. This whip right here is mine. It is my 2018, just like the wife's truck. It's a 2018 Nissan 370Z. Absolutely love this car. This has been the favorite car that I've ever owned and driven outside of a Kia Soul. All right, believe it or not, look, dude, I'm kind of simple. I know you see the whips and all that stuff, but I'm really a simple dude. Okay, so driving this outside of the Kia Soul, which is a super fun car to drive. I own 6 of those with my other business, with one of my businesses, and that car was amazing to drive. So this is a 2018 Nissan 370Z. Again, I'll throw some pictures up. I post the content all over the IG, so check that out as well. But this is the second whip. Now we're gonna move on to one of my favorites, which is Rude Boy. And let's walk over to Rude Boy. This is Rude Boy right here. I know I showed a little bit of the other one, but I didn't mean to, but it's okay. We're gonna rock with it, okay? So once again, this is Rude Boy right here. This is a 2009 Kawasaki ZX14, one of the biggest engine CC bikes that you can buy. Stock, it is, but this one's not stock, but it's one of the biggest engines that you can buy stock. And I bought this bike about 10 years ago. I've actually had this bike, Rude Boy, about 10 years. Love this bike, absolutely gorgeous. It rides great. A few months ago, had some work done to it, about $2,000 worth of work done to it, but it has an air shifter on it. It's got nitrous on it. It's got, what else is on here? The air shifter, the nitrous, and I think that's about it. But it's another video. I'll put another video up. Let me know if you want to see more about Rude Boy. I paid $6,000 for this bike used. I got it used. It's a whole story on how I got this bike. I had a CBR, just to break it down, had a CBR 954. Somebody stole that bike while I was out shopping or doing whatever I was doing. Somebody stole the bike. 6 years later, I get a call from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Is that Louisiana? Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And they called and they said, Chess, listen, we have your bike here. Come pick it up, but you owe us $1,000. And I was like, what are you talking about, dude? That bike was stolen 6 years ago. I've already written that bike off. I've already, I'm done with that bike. So they said, okay, here's what you can do. You can come pick it up, give us $1,000, or we can auction the bike off and get what we can get for it and just you be done with it. And I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute. I paid $5,500 for that bike at the time. And then it got stolen, and once it got stolen, I said, you know what? I can go and get a little money off of that bike because it was worth more than $1,000 that I was gonna pay to get it back. Got the bike back, went immediately over to my local motorcycle shop, traded that in for Rude Boy. They gave me $5,500 for that bike, believe it or not, because it was worth more. Whoever stole it, well, it's a whole long story. I'll share that story in another video. But when I got the bike back, it was actually in better shape, in better condition than when I had the bike. They did a lot of upgrades, improvements to the bike and all kinds of stuff. It was in great condition when I got it back. Took it to my local motorcycle shop. They said, we'll give you $5,500 for it. I got the $5,500, put it down on Rude Boy, which mind you, I paid like $69 for that at the time. I think it was about $6,900 for it, and soon paid that off. And it's been in my possession ever since. All right, so that's the story on Rude Boy. A little bit more to that. Let me know once again if you want to hear this total story about that and how I got a bike back after 6 years of being stolen. That's an amazing story. Even the detective that was on that case said he had never, ever seen anything like that in his life. All right, let's move over to what I call Lucy. And this right here, this is Lucy. This is Lucy. Get her in a shot. I call this bike Lucy. I named her after my great grandmother. But this bike I got, it's a 2006 Kawasaki Nomad Vulcan 1600. All right, and absolutely love that bike. I always wanted a cruiser because you can see your boy's getting a little bit older, so I decided to go out and get a cruiser. I purchased this from the same place. I paid I purchased this from a private seller. This bike was also about $5,500. I think I paid about $5,000 for it. Great riding bike. It is a 1600 cc bike. It rides amazing. It's got the radio on it. It's got a DVD player on it. It's got all of the, only thing I put on this bike was the white wall tires that you're seeing down here. And I don't think I did anything else with it except for these pegs that you see right here. I put the foot pegs on it and the white wall tires. Everything else in this bike was already done when I got it, just like everything was on this bike was like that when I got it. All right, now moving over to one more, which is actually my favorite and to me the most dangerous, believe it or not, and that is this little guy right here. This is one wheel Lambo. This is my one wheel right here, and believe it or not, this thing is actually, to me, more dangerous. This is the only one out of all of them that I've ever fallen off of and got a huge scar right here. So I don't know if you guys see all of that. I did a whole video on it, but this right here came from that. I've never fallen off of any of my motorcycles, like Rude Boy, never fallen off of Lucy, but the one wheel Lambo right there, this little thing did some damage to me. So this is the entire, let me catch it in the shot. This is the entire fleet right here, guys. I don't know if I'm getting everything, but that's the entire fleet. That's the entire lineup right there. And I have been working on these for some time. This didn't happen overnight. These cars and bikes did not happen overnight. So I don't want you to think like, oh, dude, he flexing or he got money or this. No, it's not that. It's a collection. And you heard what I paid for them. I mean, dude, I paid $5,500 for this one, $6,900 for that one. The 370Z, I only paid $27,000 for. I've had that car for about 2 years now. $27,000 for that one, and $66,000 for my wife's, which just so happened to be the most expensive car that we have, is her whip. All right. So this is Chess Homes. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. And this is part 2 of my car collection. And I have them finally all at home, which is right here behind me. And this is something that I've been working on. Let me straighten that out. This is something I've been working on for a long time, was this house right here, which we just purchased about 3 months ago. And this has been a purchase. All right. This right here has been a long time in the makings too. This has been a long time in the makings too. So this is not something, once again, that happened overnight, guys. This is something that we've been working on for years and years and years, and we ain't finished yet. I'm not done yet. I still got one more thing that I want to add to the collection, which is the Lamborghini. If you know my channel, you know I've been working on the Lamborghini for quite some time now, and I'm really close. I'm really close to getting that car. Thank you guys for sticking and staying, not going away. And listen, I have a great video right here. I want you guys to click on this video and watch the sim race that I did with the 370Z. It was absolutely amazing. And if you want to see some real racing with the 370Z, click this other video right here to the right, or down there, or wherever it is.